Welcome back to another episode of Capital Kitchen. We're making something really out there today. We're making a Sambuca pasta dish. Now, if you Google this one, you're gonna find very little. This tastes like something you would spend a lot of money for at a restaurant, and I'm gonna walk you through it step by step right now on Capital Kitchen. So, without further ado, let's get into this one. I'm excited. So here's some of the ingredients we're gonna be using today. Now to start, or should I say before you even start, there's one step we're gonna do with our special ingredient, which is capital cured salt pork. So this is salt cured pork belly, which means it's very, very salty. It's in the name. What we recommend is cutting open this package the day before and letting it soak in a bowl of water overnight. You'll be left with something with a salt level much closer to a typical pancetta. This is some of the most affordable protein you're gonna find anywhere. It's amazing, and it's so full of flavor. It's delicious. We're gonna go for not crazy huge pieces. I'm going for about roughly 1/4 of an inch thick here, and we're not gonna use too much. I think we're only gonna use maybe one more piece. That's about it. So we're using like $1 worth of meat here. Look at that beautiful pork belly, by the way. Look at that marbling. Oh, right down the middle, like this. And we're gonna turn it. We're gonna cut our salt pork into these nice little cubes. We're gonna turn the heat to medium high. And we're gonna bring that up to temperature, and we're gonna start to render that in a pan here. You also wanna get a pot of water, turn that heat up and bring it to a boil. This is gonna be for our pasta. In our pan here, we wanna go in with a little bit of olive oil. There is plenty of fat in the pork belly, but this olive oil is gonna help extract all that flavor out and give us a nice base to start working on our sauce with. This pan is warming up. It's not super hot yet, but you could hear a nice little sizzle. Amazing. Now, what else is gonna be going into this dish? Well, we're gonna be using some garlic that I chopped up. We're gonna be using some shallots. We're also gonna be using a little bit of parsley. And we're gonna wanna do that before we add any other wet ingredients, so we give those things a time to cook. Once you start to see this beautiful golden brown color, you wanna go ahead and lower the heat, okay? So I got it all the way down to low. And we're gonna add in our shallots, finely chopped, and also a few cloves of sliced garlic. We don't wanna waste any of this. There's so much flavor in here. You wanna make sure the heat's not too high, or you will burn your shallots, you will burn your garlic, okay? You wanna have enough oil to coat everything. I actually think this might be a hair too hot, so I'm simply gonna just lift it off the stove. So I'm just gonna let that chill for a second while our stove comes down. Now this is a good time where we can throw our pasta into our boiling water. I'm gonna bring that up, and we're gonna get some salt in our pot of water here. Now, I like to use coarse sea salt for this. That's just something I picked up from watching Nono cook. I always go for about 1 to 2 teaspoons, and I kind of feel it, eyeball it. I'm gonna stop there. Well, we're using some Duceco Pene Rigate. How's my pronunciation there? This is penne pasta, like you're probably familiar with, but it's got the ridges on the end. Okay. All right. Make it all. What the heck? Now, the Sambuca. We gotta have a little chat here about the Sambuca, okay? I don't care what you do with this when you're not cooking with it, but when you're cooking with it, you gotta be careful. This could be a little bit of a fire hazard for those of you that are using gas stove ovens. So you wanna make sure that you got your range hood on, and you wanna make sure that there's nothing flammable immediately around you, because this will ignite, okay? You ever see in the restaurants, they call it a flambe, where you got the flame coming up above the pot? That's what we're gonna do here today. So this stuff can be dangerous if you're not careful. So you wanna use this with caution. Now we're using an electric stove here, so there's not really any chance of any flame, but I'm gonna ignite it just so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? Anyways, we're gonna go ahead into our sizzling, what do you call it here? We're gonna go into our sizzling sauce, and we're gonna add in a splash of Sambuca. This stuff is quite potent. You don't have to add too much. We're talking a couple of shots, 2-3 shots worth, and that is it, okay? We'll do a little drizzle. And that is it, okay? Little bit of Sambuca. Now we'll see here, we'll see if this lights. We got a cheap lighter here. I'm gonna see. There we go. Nice. I'm not burnt, I'm okay. But see, we got ourselves a flambe. Alrighty. Beautiful. We're gonna now add a little bit of diced tomatoes. No, sorry, crushed tomatoes, the fine kind. You can cut these yourself. You could use a couple spoonfuls of tomato sauce you have laying around. You could do whatever makes you happy. We're gonna give this a nice stir. Sambuca pasta. Sambuca pasta. So now I'm gonna add in some freshly chopped parsley. This is a completely optional step, but we're gonna add in a little bit of crushed red chili pepper. And we have one more entirely optional ingredient. So this is shrimp, okay? This is tail on, but fully cooked shrimp. We're simply just heating this through. If you don't wanna add the shrimp, you definitely don't have to, but I think it's a nice touch. This is our last ingredient. We're gonna go in with a little bit of heavy cream. And make a nice rosé out of this, okay? And that right there is gonna be the basis for our Sambuca cream sauce. Now is also probably a good time to give it a little taste. Make sure you like where everything's at. Make sure you got enough Sambuca, enough cream, enough salt, whatever. So I'm gonna give this a taste right now. Oh. After tasting this, I truly, truly think it needs a splash more of Sambuca. I'm not gonna light it again. We're just gonna simmer this out, okay? I'm loving, loving the colors, loving the smells, the sizzling. Yeah, and we're gonna take our pasta and we're gonna throw it straight in to the sauce, okay? We're almost done, almost done. I did a whole pound of pasta today. So this is for the whole family. This is a full pack. There we go, okay? Takes a little bit to mix. You wanna make sure you do a good job mixing this. Look at me, right here, eyes up here. You could put cheese on this. I would love it if you put cheese on this, but we use whipping cream, 36%. There's lots of dairy in here. There's lots of that cheesy taste already. So give it a taste before you cover it in cheese, and then cover it in cheese. But taste it first, make sure. That's what I'm talking about. This is something that I've eaten when other people have made it for me, but I've never had this dish before where I've cooked it myself. So we'll see. There's a lot of high expectations from me here, and it smells so incredible. Let me get a little piece of salt pork in there. It's got a nice salty bite. Can't really see it sandwiched in the middle there. A little piece of salt pork. Shrimp. That's the best pasta I've ever made. Best pasta I've ever made, best pasta I've ever made, best pasta I've ever made. They keep getting better. This, truly though, this is the best pasta I've ever made. The salt level is perfect. The Sambuca amount was perfect. We used about 3 shots worth. Let me show you the bottle. So this was a fresh bottle when we started, so we took it down to here. So maybe 3.5, 4 shots worth, okay? That's about how much Sambuca we used. We used barely any at all. And that's all you need for a pound of pasta. Feed the whole family. There's no alcohol taste whatsoever. It's creamy, it's sweet, it's salty, it's delicious, it's spicy, the texture is incredible. Okay, I can't even think straight. I wanna thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you do make this one, please, I'm not messing around. You gotta leave some comments. I need to know, every one of you, who made it, who loved it, who hated it. No one's gonna hate it. No one's gonna hate it. And I wanna thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from me and the Capital crew, for watching the video, liking it, sharing, everything you guys have been doing. We love it. We can't express our gratitude enough. Thank you so much. And with that, I've been your host, Alexander, and we'll see you next time.